In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your UTM tracking code in ClickFunnels. If you are running a marketing campaign and you're using ClickFunnels as one of your landing pages, you're going to want to set it up so that way you are tracking leads in different campaigns and showing them in your CRM or your database on where those leads are coming from. If you're not doing that, you'll have tons of leads coming in, but you have no idea where they're coming from, or you don't have very specific data on where they're coming from. So I'm going to show you real quick, just a brief summary on what UTM parameters are and how you can use them. If you don't know, UTM, it stands for Urchin Tracking Module. The reason why it's called that is because some company back in the day, Urchin Software Development or something like that, developed this. Google has now bought it and they own the rights to it. And now it's kind of a standard practice to use this to track your marketing campaigns. So there are 5 different UTM parameters that are used. You can use them however you choose, but there's campaign source, campaign medium, campaign name, campaign term, and then campaign content. I'm not going to go in details on all this in this video. I have another one for that. But just to kind of give you an idea, you can start creating these URLs on this free tool that Google has. You insert the URL to your landing page, whatever that may be, and then you enter all this information on where these on the source of the campaign. So, for instance, here you could use source. It would be Facebook ads. The medium is paid social. The campaign name is Facebook ad launch. This could be anything you want. Term is usually for keywords, and then content, we can get specific on like the actual ad itself. Once you do that, it will create a URL here. So it'll have your original URL, and then it'll add all the UTM parameters to it. So now that you have the UTM URL, how do you get the UTM parameters into ClickFunnels? And that's what I'm going to show you now. So if you go into your ClickFunnels account, I'm just gonna use this example here. Typically you're gonna have a form, right? So in the form, you'll ask, for name, email, and whatever information you want to ask them. The way you collect information on the UTM parameters in those URLs is by creating new fields on your form. So you simply can just clone a field you already have, go into settings, change that to custom type. It's not required. And in your placeholder text, you're going to put the UTM parameters. So you want to copy the parameters exactly how they're written. Otherwise, the UTM parameters won't know which field to put the information in. So now that we have that field created, right, with the UTM parameter in here, the UTM parameter will see that field and insert the information into that field, right? And you can go ahead and now create other ones too. So we got UTM source. I'm not going to do them all, but just give you an idea. So we can do medium as well. And you can keep copying these and create all the different parameters. You're not required to use all of them. You can just use one, or you can use all of them. It's up to you. So now that you have those fields created, this doesn't look good, right? You have this UTM source. People aren't going to know what to do with that. It looks confusing. Well, all you got to do is simply hide it. So down here on the right-hand side, you'll see this little eyeball. You can just hide that field. And then we can hide this other field. So now that the fields are hidden, the users won't see it, but the code will. So when the UTM URL comes in with those parameters, it will match it to the field that matches up, and it will drop into your ClickFunnels database. One thing I want to show you too is if you're running, say, Facebook ad campaigns, this is a practical place to use it. You can set up URL parameters inside Facebook. Again, here you got this campaign source, medium, name, content. Again, you can name the campaign any way you want. You can also do dynamic parameters. So instead of actually writing what it is, you can put the dynamic parameter. So placement would say it's coming from Facebook, it's coming from Facebook newsfeed or Instagram stories, and you can insert those in as you see fit. And whenever you create that parameter, it will live down here, but whenever somebody clicks on this URL, it will add those parameters to that URL. So then it'll draw that data into the landing page that you created. But you have to make sure the landing page that you created has those hidden fields on it so it knows where to send the data. Now, if you do have ClickFunnels, I will show you here in a second. I'm going to show you after you set those parameters up where you can find that data. Once you set those fields up in ClickFunnels, ClickFunnels has pre-populated fields already for UTM data. So UTM source, UTM medium, it's all here, right? So after the hidden field is created, it will pull that data in and it'll drop it right here on the contact record. So you can go to the contact record and start seeing where your leads are coming from and start making some decisions around that. Another thing you can do too is whenever you're done creating those hidden fields, you can open up that landing page, create the URL parameter on that campaign URL builder that I showed you, and then click on the link and then test on that landing page to make sure that data is passing through, to make sure you're set up properly. So hopefully that helps you and gives you a better way to start tracking your data and make better decisions in your marketing.